the schools that were in South Colton. However, you mentioned that your grandfather had a little business on Valley Boulevard, on High
Oh,
Street.
yes, sir.
And then that affected you going to school.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, see, Tommy, here again, you know, like, in those days, my grandfather was a police officer. And right on the corner of, it used to be on the south, east corner of Mount Vernon and Valley, there used to be a two gas station, restaurant, little restaurant, chiquito. And my grandpa used to own the property, and my grandpa, my mom and dad used to be our business. So, seeing that it was, for them it was convenient for us to go to Lincoln School. I think it's Lincoln.
Washington?
Washington. Down the street on Mount Vernon.
Right.
But it was all Anglo.
Uh-huh.
And me and my brother Gilbert were the only Mexicanos, you know. We go there, you know, we're the only Mexicanos. So the Gauchos used to beat up on us all the time, you know.
See?
So my mom said, I'm not send them over there, getting beat up all the time, you know. We were in kindergarten. So my mom said to my dad, I said, put him over there, you know, we live in South Colton anyway, you know. Put him over there, for them it's convenient, could just walk us over there. So they changed up to Rosa, to Garfield, because, you know, we were getting beat up all the time, like, we were being jumping on it, it was amazing, you know, they didn't like it. So that's how I used to go over there. And then, at that time, you know, my grandfather was a patrol officer, they had a Model A car, you know, and him and Eula's Hub's dad used to be partners.
Euless Hubs, footnote, Euless Hubs was a board member for 25 years. And then Mormon family, and Mormons basically controlled all of Colton back then. Now, Ulysses' father was a friend of your dad's?
Yeah,
Okay.
Eula's father was a partner, and a friend of my dad's, my grandpa. And his name was Frank Gonzales. They were partners, they were in the police department. And so they were partners, used to ride the Joker together, and so they picked up me and my brother, Gilbert. And my grandpa we used to have a radio, and a wagon, remember the red wagons?
Yeah.
And they pulled us behind up, all over M Street and around the neighborhood. Nobody said nothing. Nowadays you do that, you know, they'll kill you. But you know, they could do whatever they wanted, you know, it was amazing, but it was fun.
Yeah. Now, and tell us about growing up in Colton, right? Because you said you were born and raised there on O Street, and you went to Garfield and Wilson Junior High School. Who were your friends in that area? I know that you used to hang around with the cruisers.
Yeah.
Now, who were the cruisers?
Yeah, it wasn't a car club, you know. It was a car club. We had the cruisers, you know. We had our jackets and cruisers in the back. And in those days, you know, it was a super party, right? And we used to hang out with Ray. At that time, it was Ralph Villa.
Ralph Villa, huh?
It was Ralph Villa, and it was Ray Colunga.
Uh-huh.
Rosemary's brother, Oscar Canca, used to call him Canca, you know, and Eddie. So there was about 5 of us, 6 of us, you know. So I used to have my mom used to work in a coffee shop, and I was a waitress. And so, in order for her to get there, you know, she needed a ride, but she didn't ride. So she bought an old car, you know, a Chevy, 36 Chevy. And so she let me drive it, take her to work.
To work?
So what I did, I primed her, right? I gave her the primer. Mom said, "What are you doing?" The guy, it was blue. I said, "I'm just priming, Mom." But I used to prime her because I used to have a bumper car, you know, we used to go messing around. We used to hit everything. And those times, those cars were well built, you know. But every time I made a bump on her, I'll prime her.
Yeah.
But, you know, no, she used to, my mom, you know, she worked a lot to help support us. In those days, I think all of South Colton, you know, used to have milk deliveries from Long Dairy. Right? Or used to buy stuff from the Raleigh man. The Raleigh man used to come over and buy medicine,
Right.
Arnica and all that stuff. He'd come over, you know, so they were salesmen coming to the house, you know. And so my mom, you know, used to get us to do the errands and be waiting for him to get what she needed, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, we did everything. I'll never forget, My brother Johnny used to work for a long time. And he used to go in at 4 o'clock in the morning, almost 5, before he went to school, to meet up with their cows. So, at that time I wasn't working, you know, he said, hey Frankie, get a jale, you know, what job? Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't know, you know. They told me get somebody to need help, you know. So I went, I told men, so I went, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning, it was colder than heck. So I went over there and showed up, you know. The old man says, come on. So he takes me out to the field, you know, the yard. Jeez, those vacas over cows, you know. And he gives me a wooden spoon, a wooden shovel, huge, you know.
Wooden shovel.
Right? So what do you want me to do? I'm over there pushing manure, man. Cleaning up.
Shoveling the manure out.
I mean, it was just showing, oh man, I did that for 2 hours. I'm out of here, man.
Right, talking about jobs, what else, what did people do, you know, back then? You know, because we couldn't cross the railroad tracks, but there were some manufacturing companies across the railroad, Caldeck, and where they made the toilets, I forget what they call it. But anyway, what did people do to work, aside from being involved on El Traque Railroad, Southern Pacific, in the yard there, in the PFE, and then we had the cement plant that provided a lot of jobs for people that live in that area.
I think, you know what time we see, in those years, we had the PFE, it was
Right.
on M Street. I think the majority of the people that lived in South Colton worked in the Ford Cement Company, Kaiser, PFE, and that was it.
What was
And-
PFE?
And La Bolucha, Pacific Food Express.
Oh, okay,
It was
thank
a subsidiary of the Southern Pacific.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what they did, they would bring in the vegetables and fruits, and then we had a lot, La Bolucha, citrus. And they would pack the products, and then they would put ice in the boxcars.
And ship them out.
And ship them out. Mhm.
So that was, South Colton really was the center of industry, right? I mean, in the north side, you hardly had any industry. Todo estaba en Nevada.
Oh, really? It was an industrial area.
And the dividing line, and I think this is important, you know, in those years, the freeway, okay, not the freeway, the railroad track.
The railroad track.
The railroad track going east and west was a dividing line. If you went to school, after school, in the high school or whatever, Mexicano, you could not cross that. I mean, there was a no man's land. If you went across to the north side, the cops pick you up and bring you back.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
There was so much prejudice.
It was totally segregated. It was segregated
Oh, it
spaces.
was segregated.
Apartheid.
It was.
It was. That was in the 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. That was back in the early 50s, man.
Early
That wasn't
50s.
too long ago.
No, just
think
a few
about it.
It's only 60 years ago, because Brown versus the Board of Education, we integrated and we built Colton Junior High School, where they closed down our junior high school, Wilson, and they combined Roosevelt, the Gringo School, and made it Colton Junior High School. And then we were all there for, in 63, 64.
So, you know, I think the only place, well, the only recreation we had to go to, you know, because they used to have, they had a municipal pool, and it was a huge Olympic-sized pool. But the Mexicanos, we were not allowed to use it until the day they cleaned it. That was on a Friday. And on a Friday was dirty water. And that's
Right.
when they allowed us to go swimming.
Right.
And it was sad because, you know, the water was filthy, you know, but we had no other place to go swimming, you know, and that's the way it was. So we had to change that.
Getting back to the occupations, Frank, what did kids do, or people do, besides the ones that we talked about? La Borucha, I know that the picking oranges was one of the big things that we had. We had at least 5 contractors that would pick up people and take them to the orchards to pick up oranges, because it was a citrus industry that we had.
Well, besides that, I mean, don't forget, the Mexicanos, we were, they used to say that in school, you know, even my principal, Mr. McIntosh, when I was in high school, he said, used to tell the girls, you know, you're only good to be domestic help, you know, clean houses, right? And us, we're supposed to be laborers, right? I mean, that was it, you know, that was their, I guess, what they felt, you know, they were good for.
Mhm.
So.
There was a level of expectation.
We're, I guess we would say, that was their thinking. And then, and I think based on a lot of it was because a lot of us used to go to North Bay. I used to go and pick, in the huertas, we used to go and pick oranges. We used to go to Hollister, go to Hammett,
Hammett,
Apricot,
right.
everybody. I remember a lot of our families, you know, and I used to go to, I used to go, my wife used to be cut apricot at the Rosenman. So I used to go and I used to, that was a tablero, you know, I used to go over there and you know, help.
What does a tablero do?
We used to pick up, you know, when the lady finished filling up the tray of apricots, then we pick them up and we stack them.
Uh-huh.
So that was my job, because it'd be a long, you know, building.
By hand or with a machine?
Oh, by hand, Charlie, you know. By hand.
I wanna.
And then
No
taking
wonder
them
you're
out
so
of
muscular.
Oh, yeah, and then we used to take them out of sulfur ovens, you know, I mean, estaba más que nada.
De veras?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, for the
You know,
dried
yeah.
apricots, for the dried apricot.
Oh, for the dry apricots.
Yes.
Absolutely, you know, I mean, so we
It's
used
a
to
lot
do
of
that
work.
free stuff, you know, that was our way of getting money for school,
Right,
for clothes.
Right,
You
right.
know, I mean, that was it was a yearly event.
Uh-huh.
Going up north, you know, to make money for our clothes, and then going to the hem.
Uh-huh.
Up north, when you say up north, where was that?
Fresno.
Oh, okay, California.
Yeah, Northern California, era Fresno, Hollister,
Yeah.
Fresno
Okay.
pa
For the harvest?
Monday.
For the harvest?
Yeah.
Harvesting?
Yeah.
And then most families would leave early summer and come back, it's before September, before school started.
So what percentage of the population in Colton at that time do you think was involved in this kind of economy, with probably the whole family harvesting and doing things like that?
I think, you know, 98%, la mayoría.
La mayoría,
La
okay.
mayoría, we all-
Yeah.
So it was a farm working community at the time.
Well,
Se puede decir, ¿no?
the dads worked in the areas, the PFE or the cement plant, or picked oranges during the year. And then the families were involved in the summer harvest, where they went out of Colton to do some harvesting in the Central Valley or in Hammett. But 98%, a lot of
Yeah,
people.
even on the huerta, even our parents, you know, I know they used to take time off to take us because, you know, the salaries weren't the same what they are today. So, and those who were working in corn and cement were fortunate, you know, the familia, you know, but still, it wasn't enough money to support the family. The Mexicanos all had big families, you know.
Had to supplement either way.
Supplement their incomes, you know, and that's what they did, you know. And at least my parents did, you know, my parents used to take us. I remember I used to go to Hollister, you know, we were rata, me and my older brother, you know, they call it rata, you know, we used to pick the fruit that was on the ground, you know. So, I mean, I can remember all the things. I remember we used to sleep in a tent, and it was fun for us, we were kids, you know.
When you went to the fields,
Yeah.
you would sleep in a tent?
Yeah, right, we used to go up, you know, Northern California. So, you know, we did all that, you know, my parents, you know, did everything. My dad, I guess, was very, you know, later on in years, you know, he was a meat cutter, he was a butcher. So later on in years, there used to be a big supermarket in Riverside. And my dad was very innovative, I guess I would say, you know, my dad used to say, mijo, I said, you know, don't forget, you know, I said, I'm not saying don't rock the boat, but don't take no, you know, what from anybody, you know. He said, because we can do anything we want, you know, in this life, you apply yourself.
Mhm.
I said, you know, he became a manager of one of the biggest stores in Riverside, A.M. Lewis. Used to be a whole bottom department, a supermarket, and he used to manage all the meat department. So in those years, when he was manager, you know, hey, we ate meat, man, during the depression.
Yeah.
I remember, you know, people say,
You were lucky you ate some meat.
oh, hey, you know what? When you were in that store, I remember hearing the siren when the Second World War, or I think it was the Second World War.
Yes,
Yes,
Second World War.
yes.
Yeah, and we had black curtains to close them, you know.
Right.
People asked me, how old are you, man? I said, I think I get 65. 1 year short. but, you know, I was there, I was a kid. But I remember hearing sirens, and they said, okay, man, don't move, just put the curtain, turn off the lights up. And it was during the war, you know, I mean, it's amazing, you know. Hey, Frank, you remember that? How old are you? I don't know. That was a long time ago. But I was true, you know, I mean, so we went through all those experiences, you know. It was amazing.
Well, tell us about Colton High School. You went to Colton High School?
Yeah, I went to Colton High, you know, and I was in sports, you know. I mean, I always liked sports.
Which sports? Which sports did you play, Frank?
I played basketball. I played in the high school marching band on the clarinet.
Okay.
And then I was in track, because I was tall and lanky, right? I used to do high jump. So I used to do high jump, track, cross country, and basketball, you know, I did all those things.
All for 4
I
years?
tried to play football, you know, but soaking wet, I was 120 pounds soaking wet. and you know, and some other guys in those times, you know, we were Mexicanos, I wasn't that heavy, you know, and Ovacho were huge, man, you know, weighed about 300 pounds, you know. So they put me up against them, you know, and well, the first time I got hit twice, I said, forget I'm out of here.
I know.
This is not for me, man.
Yeah.
So did you play sports all the years that you were in high school?
Monday?
Did you play sports all the years that you were in high
Yeah, I
school?
played sport, yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, I liked it, I like basketball, you know.
Uh-huh.
And so I played basketball and everything, I got in all the sports except football.
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
So I ended up in the high school marching band
Now, when did you graduate from Colton?
in 55.
55?
Yeah.
You said you were in the marching band?
Yeah, I was in high
Did you
school.
guys travel any place?
Yeah, in those years, you know, they were limited. We didn't have any school buses.
Yeah.
We went to Riverside, it was too far.
It's too far.
I mean, with no clanking, but you know, tenían, we didn't have anything. If you knew somewhere, your parents had to take you, and have all the didn't have cars, you know. So you know, there was a way where the angles, you know, la mayoría, you know, they take them, you know, like for San Bernardino, go to Valley County and compete, you know. So we had to walk over there, man. You know. We walked down all the way in there, forget it. It's like going to the Orange Show, you know. We're used to walking, you know. I mean, we're in the water, right? We have no wheels in the car. We walked, we went to the Orange Show, we walked all the way down Colton Avenue.
Colton Avenue.
Right? And then we go jump the fence at the Orange Show and get in. I mean, you know.
You never got caught?
No. I mean, almost, you know, but we get caught, we cut the fence, go underneath, you know. That's how we end the Orange Show. That was-
Frank, you know, Colton has an area of 1.3 square miles, eh? You mentioned the north boundary, which was the railroad track, and then the west boundary was 3rd Street.
Right.
3rd Street all the way to Fogg Street,
Right.
all the way to Fogg Street, which was the southern part of Colton.
It's okay, south of the freeway to 12th Street. Excuse me, not 12th Street. The
Yeah.
industrial.
Yeah.
San Ana, let's call it that. If you go down south of the freeway, take the San Ana River going south to the west, that's south, all the way down to Park Street. Then it cuts across to Rancho.
Mhm, 3rd Street.
Right, it's still the San Ana River
Yeah.
to Rancho. And then it goes a little beyond Rancho, maybe about, I'd say, half a mile.
Yeah.
That's considered South Dakota. But everything else, you know, it's not South Dakota. It's not past the San Ana River to the south, that's the Loma Hill.
Right.
So that's not South Dakota.
Yeah.
But
So
the
it's
barrio,
Fogg Street then.
yeah, the Fox Street is a lot.
Yeah, and then we, on the east side would be 12th Street.
Yeah,
12th Street.
yeah, that would be, the other one is.
Where I live, yeah, where I
Yeah,
live.
12th Street.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it,
Yeah.
it's 12th Street.
So
The Rancho would be that.
Yeah, so the area would be 1.3 square miles, plus or minus.
Right.
Yeah, no, we were self-contained, right? We were self-contained
Oh,
back then
okay.
because businesses, and gas stations, schools. Tell me about the church. Tell me about the church. I think one of our priests, Father Valencia, during Easter would burn Judas.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those activities?
On Holy Week, I'll never forget, you know, Father Valencia was something else. He had all the customs from Mexico, you know, and every Semana Santa, for Easter, we used to bring Judas, and we used to hang him up from the church chapel to, I remember Henry property, desk, but they had a high roof. So they put a rope all the way across, and me and my brother Gilbert, we used to bring the bell for it, because I was an altar boy.
You were?
Yeah, I was an altar boy.
You're
you know,
kidding.
Believe it or not.
I don't believe it.
It was mandatory. My grandpa, my mom's dad, he used to go at 6 o'clock in the morning, every morning, and wake